What a fantastic lap from Greninja. They're really getting the hang of this, shaving off those precious milliseconds like a pro chef with a fancy knife. And Kazushug is on a roll, zooming up to P19. Every second counts and they're proving that persistence pays off. Keep that momentum going, folks. Yunnan is maintaining the lead in Pone, closely followed by Okayoki 3, as they navigate the tight corners. Duff Dad has successfully moved into P3 after overtaking 81-17-92, who is now in Fawa. The battle for P3 is heating up between Duff Dad in the Hennessy Venom F5 and 81-17-92. In the Ferrari Bar 5, with both cars showing impressive speed and agility. The dynamics of the race are shifting quickly as these drivers jostle for position. Kazushug from Team S1 has made a significant move, advancing 4 positions to claim 17. Meanwhile, Kitsune Draco has successfully overtaken Atana's 1792, elevating to 5 on the leaderboard. The battle for 6 is heating up between 81-17-92 in the Ferrari Fawa 5 and Greeny Jeb in the Hennessy Venom 5 as they jockey for position. The dynamics of this race are shifting rapidly with these overtakes. Pamaka has encountered difficulty, dropping back 6 positions to 14. Meanwhile, Roadhop 29,389 successfully overtook Waintree 94, advancing to 7. In response, Waintree 94 made a move on Etion 1792 and has now secured Pate. Pug 3 in the Chrysler Me 412 is currently battling the Cambokem in the Radical RXC Turbo 600 with both drivers exchanging positions through the tight corners. Meanwhile, the gentleman from No Name Racing is facing off against Basu 321 for P29, with the Dodge Viper GTS 13 trying to fend off the speed of the Koenigsegg Agera Ol-esque. In another development, El Pio SD has successfully moved up to P31 after overtaking Captain Potato, indicating a strong drive as the race progresses. Aetion 1792 has climbed to 7 after an impressive maneuver, overtaking 5 cars in quick succession. Famaka from Team Nefgom Kings follows closely behind, advancing to Pate by overtaking 9 competitors. Meanwhile, Graninjeb has secured 6, successfully overtaking Aetion 1792 in the process. The race is intensifying as the positions shift rapidly. Duff Dad is now in the lead, having successfully overtaken Jernon. Rionon, in turn, has moved up to P2 after passing Planetrain Enemifen. Meanwhile, Planetrain Enemifen is holding strong in P3, overtaking Kitsune Draco to secure that position. The race is getting competitive, as positions are shifting rapidly. Air 40 has shown impressive speed, moving up the field and overtaking 6 cars to secure 16. However, Nukan Bakun countered that move, advancing to 15 by getting past Air 40. In a quick response, Air 40 managed to reclaim 16 by overtaking Cedric from Team Live for speed. The race remains competitive with these dynamic position changes. Mirasol has successfully moved up to P28 after overtaking El Pio, who was driving a Koenigsegg Agera RS. Nira is in a Chrysler Me 412, and they are now in a tight battle for that position. Meanwhile, Winzerius Guy has also made progress, moving up to P30 by overtaking Neotexum. The race dynamics are shifting as drivers jockey for positions. Koki Benenity in the Ultima Gita Air 720 is currently defending against an aggressive challenge from Bassa 321 in the Koenigsegg Agera Ars, both vying for position 26. Koki Benenity has been holding a narrow lead as they approach the first corner, but Bassa 321 is closing in rapidly. As they exit the corner, Bassa 321 makes a bold move on the inside. They go wheel to wheel down the straight, and it looks like Bassa 321 has just edged ahead into P26. However, Koki Benenity isn't giving up yet. There's a slipstream effect in play here. They head into the next turn, and Koki Benenity dives back to regain the position. This battle is heating up with each lap, as they continue to swap positions in a thrilling display of skill and strategy. Both drivers are pushing their machines to the limit. The man has encountered issues, dropping significantly to P29 after losing 8 positions. Air 40 is also struggling, falling back 13 spots to P30. Meanwhile, Planetary Anima Fan is gaining momentum, reducing the gap to Dranone by 2 seconds, indicating a potential overtake soon. Okayoki 3 from Racing Potatoes is off to a strong start, really taking charge in that league position. Duff Dad's right on his tail, trying to find an opening, while Dranone is holding steady in third. It's a tight pack. Things could get interesting if any of them make a mistake or if a draft opportunity emerges. Hugret has successfully advanced to 15 after completing an overtake on Sidrek. Meanwhile, the man has climbed to P36 by passing N29 Kiat. The race continues to see some movement in the standings as the AI-driven cars push for better positions. Maya maintains a slight edge over Nukimbaken. As they head into turn 3, both cars close in on each other. Kazushuk in the Kreisami 412 is defending hard against 13 Shinigami in the Ferrari Fauer 5, with Shinigami looking for a gap but unable to make a clean pass yet. El Pio SD has successfully overtaken Wazirius Guy and is now positioned at P27, gaining momentum as the race progresses. Sidrek is currently struggling and has dropped back to P22 after losing 6 positions. Meanwhile, Planetary Anime is making significant headway, reducing the gap to Dranone by 3 seconds. Kazushuk has successfully overtaken Shinigami and has moved up to 15. The race dynamics are shifting as positions continue to change. Roadhog 29,389 has successfully reduced the gap to Famaka by 2.4 seconds, indicating a strong push from behind. Meanwhile, Andrei Roig is also showing impressive pace, narrowing a distance to the gentleman from No Name Racing by 3.5 seconds. The dynamics in these sections of the track are becoming quite competitive. Ation 1792 has just made an impressive move, overtaking 6 cars to secure the first position. Following closely, Famaka also demonstrated skillful driving, overtaking 6 cars to climb into second place. Meanwhile, Roadhog 29,389 is not far behind, managing to overtake 6 cars as well, and taking up the third position. The race dynamics are shifting rapidly as these drivers gain momentum. Wayne 94 from Team Wangan Midnight Runners has successfully moved into P3, executing a clean overtake on Roadhog 29,389. Meanwhile, Planadrein Anifan has advanced to 15 after passing Okayoki 3 Dol. In response, Okayoki 3 has regained some ground, now sitting in 16 after overtaking Naib. The positions are shifting as the race progresses. Pinon has successfully moved up to 7 after an overtake on Mayata. Maya is now in P8 and is closing the gap, reducing it by 4.9 seconds. Meanwhile, there's a tight battle for P9 between Mukemba Ken in a Radical RXE Turbo 600 and Deplorable Epal in a Chrysler 412, both pushing hard to gain the position. Planetranana Mifan has successfully moved into P11 after overtaking Huggard 3, who is now in P12R. The battle between these two continues to be intense as they jockey for position. Meanwhile, Okayoki 3 has gained ground, moving up to P13 with an overtake on Sidrid. The race dynamics are shifting as drivers push their limits. Currently, Duff Dad has dropped back to 14th position after losing 8 spots. Nukem Bochum is now in 6th place following a successful overtake on Junon. Meanwhile, Junon has regained some ground, moving up to 7th by overtaking Maya. The dynamic of the race continues to shift as positions change rapidly. Neither from Team Still No Name Racing has made a significant move, overtaking 5 cars to secure P10. Meanwhile, Planetrain Anime Fan has advanced to Pen, successfully overtaking Okayoki 3 times in the process. Okayoki 3 has responded by moving up to P11 after overtaking Deplorable Evil. The positions are shifting rapidly as we continue through the race. Wayne 94 is indeed closing the gap on Famaka from Team Nuff Gumkins, now just 2.2 seconds behind. Rizaldi Ada has successfully moved up to Pfawa after overtaking Duff Dad. Duff Dad, however, has made a counter move, reclaiming 5 by overtaking Janone. Race dynamics are tightening as positions shift around the track. Ateon 1792 has taken the lead, moving into Pone after successfully overtaking Famaka, Dajon Sordi Wodke. Meanwhile, Planetrain Animefan has advanced to P9 by outpacing Okayoki 3 from Team Racing Potatoes. The two are now engaged in a close battle for P9, with Planetrain Animefan trying to maintain their position as they navigate the track. The man from Team Quark Express has significantly closed the gap to Air 40, now trailing by just 9.1 seconds. Meanwhile, El PSD has made progress, advancing to P25 after successfully overtaking Waziri Sky from Team No Name Racing. In response, Waziri Sky has reclaimed a position, moving up to P26 by overtaking Nira Sol. The race dynamics continue to shift as positions change rapidly. LPOSD is closing the gap to Koki Bananity, reducing it by 15.5 seconds. Duff Dad has successfully overtaken Rizaldi Adha and moved into 5. Stefan Beat Day and Amy have advanced to P21 after overtaking Kamikaze 38. Famaka is now in P2 after successfully overtaking Wayne 94. Linijip has advanced to 17, pulling off an overtake on Cedric. Meanwhile, Mirasol has moved up to P25 by overtaking Neotexum. The positions are shifting as the race progresses. Duff Dad is currently gaining on Roadhog 29389, with the gap shrinking by 3 seconds. Yunan has successfully moved up to 6 after overtaking Rizaldi Adha. Meanwhile, Kazushuk and Hugrid 3 are locked in a tight battle for 14. Bassi 321 has significantly reduced the gap to Waziriya Sky, now trailing by just 8.5 seconds. Duff Dad has advanced to Plower after successfully overtaking Roadhog 29, 389. Meanwhile, Hugrid 3 and Kazushuk are locked in a close battle for 13, with neither giving an inch. Drinon has successfully executed an overtake on Rizaldi Ada, and now sits in 5th position. Rizaldi Ada, undeterred, has regained momentum and overtaken Okayoki 3 to secure 6th place. Meanwhile, Okayoki 3 claimed 7th position after passing Plane Train and Emifin. The race continues to unfold with these dynamic shifts in the standings. Kitsune Jarko has made a significant move, now up to P9 after overtaking 7 cars in rapid succession. Meanwhile, New Kampukem has encountered some difficulties, dropping 6 positions down to 15. In the battle for position, 13 Shinigami is showing impressive speed, reducing the gap to Cedric by 7.8 seconds. Rainroll TV currently leads the race, but N29PA is making significant progress, reducing the gap by 575.8 seconds. In the mid-pack, Grainajab has successfully moved into Pen after an overtake on Deplorably Apple from Team Live for Speed. Meanwhile, Kamikaze 38 from Team Wangan Midnight Runners has advanced to P22, overtaking Maya Deans. Duff Dad is now just 2.1 seconds behind H1 1792, making a notable push to close the gap. Okayoki 3 is also on the move, reducing the distance to Drunon by 2.5 seconds. Meanwhile, Planetary Nanimifan has successfully overtaken Rizaldi Adha, moving up to 7 in the standings. Steve Hornby and Amy remain locked in a tight battle for P19, with Est Hornby's J in the Lamborghini, Huracan and Roadhog 29389 in the Radical RXCC Turbo 600 closely trailing. Neurosol has successfully overtaken Neotexum, advancing to P24. Meanwhile, Neotexum has also gained a position, moving up to P25 after overtaking Captain Potato. The competition is heating up throughout the field. Kitsune Draco is rapidly advancing, now in P9, after an impressive overtake of 6 cars. Duff Dad has taken the lead, moving into Pone by overtaking 811792. Drainon has also made significant progress, now in P3, after passing Wayne 94. The race is showcasing some dynamic movements as positions shift. Kamikaze 38 has significantly decreased the gap to Naibi, now at 10.2 seconds. Etana 1792 has taken the lead, moving into Pone after successfully overtaking Duff Dad. Meanwhile, Maya has advanced to P20 by overtaking Naibi. A40 from Team S1 has made an impressive surge, overtaking 5 cars, and now sits in P25. Drainon has advanced to P7 after successfully passing Kitsune Draco. In response, Kitsune Draco has regained some ground and is now in P8, having overtaken Duff Dad. The race continues to see dynamic shifts in positions as drivers strategize their moves. Renningiep has indeed struggled, dropping back to P19 after losing 7 positions. Cedric successfully overtook Issy 1212 and moved up to P12. Meanwhile, Issy 1212 gained ground as well, advancing to P13 by passing 13 Shinigami Doichi. Haha, right? Those Hennessy's might just need a pit crew from NASA at this rate. But hey, as long as they keep it fast, who cares about the stops? Automobile dashing. Neurosol is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Groningen by 9.5 seconds. Meanwhile, Naibe has advanced to P22 after successfully overtaking both Est4 and Bizetshe and Amy. The positions are shifting as the race continues to unfold. Sir Ironbot is now just 1 second behind Wasirius Guy. continuing to close the gap. Renault has solidified their position in 5, after successfully overtaking Kazushuk. Meanwhile, Kazushuk has regained momentum and moved to 6 by overtaking Hugget3 from Team Nafgom Kings. The dynamics are shifting as these positions change rapidly. Bobado has significantly closed the gap on Captain Potato, now trailing by just 590 seconds. In the meantime, 13 Shinigami has made a move, advancing to P13 after overtaking Roadhog, 29,389. The battle for P13 is heating up as 13 Shinigami, in a Ferrari Power 5, continues to challenge Roadhog 29,389. Who is driving a Radical RXC Turbo 600. The dynamics in that section of the track are getting intense. Renault is indeed closing in on Famaka, reducing the gap to 3.6 seconds. Meanwhile, Okayoki 3 has successfully moved into 6 after overtaking Kazushuk. The two are now locked in a fierce battle for that position. Okayoki 3 is piloting a Hennessy Venom F5, while Kazushuk is behind the wheel of a Chrysler Mi 412, making for an interesting dynamic between the two cars. The tension is palpable as they jostle for track position. Renault has reduced the gap to Waintra 94 by 8.8 seconds, indicating a strong push for the front. Meanwhile, Planetary Fan has successfully overtaken Kazushuk, advancing to 7. The race dynamics are shifting as positions change hands. Nukembokum has advanced to P11 after successfully overtaking Shinigami in P13.18. Meanwhile, Maya has climbed to 14 by passing Greninjap, who is now in 15. Greninjap has also gained a position, moving up to 15 by overtaking Kazushuk. The positions are shifting rapidly as drivers push for better placements. The current standings show Okayoki 3 and 5 after successfully overtaking Duff Dad. Naibe is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Hugger 3 by 430 seconds. Meanwhile, Cedric has advanced to P19, having passed IC 1212 Dr. Tour. Kamikaze 38 is significantly reducing the gap to nearer Seoul, now just 45.3 seconds behind. Roadhog 29,389 has successfully moved into 10th position, overtaking New Kimbokum. A close battle for 10th is ongoing between Roadhog 29,389 and New Kimbokum, with both drivers vying for the advantage. Roadhog 29,389 has successfully overtaken New Kimbokum, advancing to 10th place. Maya has also made a move, climbing to 13th position after getting past Green Egypt. Meanwhile, Basu 321 has gained ground, now in 26th place, after overtaking Neotexum. The race is seeing some strategic overtakes as positions shift throughout the field. New Kimbokum has successfully moved into 10th place after overtaking Roadhog 29,389. Meanwhile, a tight battle is unfolding for 12th position between 13 Shinigami in the Ferrari 405 and Maya in the Radical RXE Turbo 600 Tundra. Both cars are pushing hard as they vie for the advantage, maintaining close proximity on the track. Kasachok is making significant progress, reducing the gap to New Kimbokum by 9 seconds, putting pressure on him. Meanwhile, Junoing is also on the move, narrowing the distance to Wayne Train 94 from the Wangan Midnight Runners by 2.4 seconds. In a notable maneuver, Okayoki 3 has successfully overtaken Duffdad, moving up to 5 in the standings. Kitsunedrico has just executed a clean overtake on Roadhog 29,389, advancing to P8. Meanwhile, Roadhog 29,389 responded by overtaking Rizaldi Ada, now holding P9. In another move, Hugo 3 has gained a position, overtaking Kasachok to secure 16. The competition is tightening as positions shift. Okayoki 3 has successfully moved into 5 after overtaking Plane Train Anime Fan. In response, Planet Train Anifan has regained some ground and moved up to 6 by overtaking Duff Dad. Meanwhile, Grenijeb has made a notable advancement to Pelivan, overtaking 13 Shinigami. Safe4 Biadzay and Amy are now in P21, after successfully overtaking Air 40, who has fallen back to P22. Air 40 managed to gain a position earlier, overtaking Kamikaze 38, who is now in P23. Kamikaze 38 from Team Wangan Midnight Runners has also made a recent move, overtaking Wazirius Guy, placing him in P24. The positions are shifting quickly as the race progresses. Wayne 94 has successfully moved up to P2, after overtaking Famaka Deptwine. Drinon is currently in pursuit, closing the gap to Famaka by 4.3 seconds. Meanwhile, Maya has advanced to P12, having overtaken Shinigami, who is now in P13. Currently, Okayoki 3 has made a significant move, advancing to P3 after successfully overtaking Planetran and Knife. In response, Planetran Animafan is now in Fa after overtaking Aetion 1792. Meanwhile, Mirasol has also gained ground, moving up to P21 by overtaking both ST Form, BZH, and Amy. The positions are shifting as the race progresses. Kitsune Draco has reduced the gap to Waintrain 984 by 2.5 seconds, applying pressure from behind. Meanwhile, Greninjib is also closing in on Rizaldi Adha, cutting the distance by 2.8 seconds. In a notable move, Nukembokam has advanced to P13, after successfully overtaking Huggett 3. The race dynamics are shifting as these drivers make their moves. Aetion 1792 has just taken the lead, moving up from 5 to Pone after overtaking 4 cars in rapid succession. Following closely, Famaka has also made significant progress, advancing from 6 to P2 with an impressive 4-car overtake. Meanwhile, Wayne 24 is not far behind, climbing from 7 to P3, matching the pace with another 4-car maneuver. The top 3 positions are tightly contested as they continue to battle for supremacy on the track. Rizaldi Adha has made an impressive surge, overtaking 4 cars to secure position 8. Kitsune Draco is struggling, and has dropped 6 positions, now sitting at 14. Similarly, Greninjeb is also facing difficulties, falling back 6 spots to position 15. Maya is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Roadhog 29,389 by 11.5 seconds. Meanwhile, Nabe has successfully moved up to 15th place after overtaking Grenadier. Duff Dad has advanced to 5 after successfully overtaking Okayoki 3 Toy. The battle for Paid is heating up between Rizaldi Adha in a Bakmono and Roadhog 29,389 in a Radical RXEC Turbo 600, with both cars closely matched. Meanwhile, Maya and Nukembo Ken from Team Death Robots are engaged in a tight contest for Ken, pushing their cars to the limits as they jostle for position. Waintrain 94 has reduced the gap to Famaka by 2.1 seconds, indicating a strong push for position. In the meantime, Air 40 has successfully moved up to P25, having overtaken New Texan Bunty. The battle for P25 continues as Air 40 in the Baitki Mono and Neo Texan in the Lamborghini Huracan engage in close racing, with both cars showcasing their speed and maneuverability. Huggett 3 and Kazashuk continue their fierce duel for P12, with Huggett 3 holding a slight edge as they navigate through the tight corners. Meanwhile, Air 40 is making significant progress on Koki by 90, reducing the gap to 2.6 seconds as they approach the next straight. The tension is building in both battles as strategies unfold. Maya and Kadishuk are currently engaged in a tight battle for 11th position, with Maya in the Radical RXE Turbo 600 and Kazashuk in the Chrysler Mi 412. Both cars are closely matched, but Maya appears to have the edge as they approach the next corner. Meanwhile, Kitsune Draco has successfully gained a position, moving up to 14th after overtaking Grin and Jeb. The race is intensifying as these cars jockey for position. Maya has significantly reduced the gap to Kitsune Draco, now just 8 seconds behind. Meanwhile, Junon is also making progress, closing in on Waintrain 94 by 2.8 seconds. It appears both Maya and Junon are gaining ground on their respective competitors, setting the stage for potential overtakes as the race continues. Kitsune Draco has gained a position, now sitting in P9 after successfully overtaking Hugru 3. Meanwhile, Huga 3 has also improved their standing, moving to P10 by overtaking Kazushuk. Kazushuk is now in P11, having overtaken Maya to solidify their current position. Nukenbakum is making significant progress on Sidreg, reducing the gap by 7.3 seconds. Meanwhile, Planetary Nyanamafan has successfully moved into 6 after overtaking Okayoki 3. Dawn. In another battle, Kitsune Draco is closing in on Rizaldi Ada, shrinking the distance by 2.7 seconds. Okayoki 3 is now just 2.8 seconds behind Wayne Tra 94, steadily closing the gap. Meanwhile, Speedster 92 has made a successful overtake on Driftking 77, moving up to 6th place. In the back, Turbotom has pulled off a late braking maneuver to pass Racage and secure 9th position. The dynamics are shifting as the drivers push their limits. Grenania has significantly reduced the gap to Kazushuk by 3.4 seconds. Winzeria Sky has made an impressive move, advancing to P26 after overtaking Bassa 321. Meanwhile, Bassa 321 is back in P27, after a shift in positions, having overtaken Air 40. The dynamics are shifting as we progress through the race. Okayoki 3 has reduced the gap to Wayne Tra 94 by 2.5 seconds, indicating a strong push for position. LPOSD has successfully moved up to P29 after overtaking the Gentleman. The battle between LPOSD in the Koenigsegg, Ajira Ars, and the Gentleman in the Dodge Viper GTS 13 is intensifying as they continue to jockey for position. Lobato is making significant progress, narrowing the gap to Air 40 down to 66.2 seconds as he continues his pursuit. Kitsune Draco has successfully moved up to Pate after overtaking Rizaldi Adada. The dynamics are shifting as Lobato focuses on catching Air 40 while maintaining his momentum. Duff Dad has successfully moved into P3 after overtaking Okayoki 3. Okayoki 3, now in Fower, managed to regain some ground by overtaking Wayne Tra 94, who is currently in 5. Wayne 94 also made a move up the ranks, overtaking Famoka and consolidating 5. The positions are shifting rapidly as the race progresses. Kitsune Durko has successfully overtaken Rizaldi Adha, now in 7. Rizaldi Adha responds by moving past Famoka, claiming Pate. Dilities. Meanwhile, Naibe and Roadhog 29389 are locked in a close battle for P13, with Naibe in the McLaren 675 and Roadhog 389 in a Radical RXC Turbo 600. The competition remains tight as they jockey for position. Famoka has encountered difficulties, dropping down to P18 after losing 6 positions. Meanwhile, Planin Train Anime Fan is making significant progress, moving up to 5 after successfully overtaking Wayne Train 94. Kitsune Draco is currently gaining on Wayne Train 94, reducing the gap by 2.2 seconds, indicating a potential challenge for that position soon. Drainon is currently in pursuit of 81-17-92, successfully reducing the gap by 5 seconds. Meanwhile, Roadhog 29389 is also gaining ground on Kazushuk from Team S1s, closing in by 2.4 seconds. In addition, Cedric has advanced to P13 after overtaking Nukembokum. Mirasol has advanced to P19 after successfully overtaking St4 BZJ and Amy. St4 BJ and Amy are now closing the gap to Mirasol, reducing the distance by 2.6 seconds. Meanwhile, One Serious Guy has made progress to P25, having overtaken Bessa 321. Kamikaze 38 is making significant progress, narrowing the gap to Naibe by 75.7 seconds. Huggett Free has successfully moved up to 10th place after overtaking Kazisha. The dynamics are shifting as Kamikaze 38 continues to close in on Naibe, setting up for a potential battle ahead. Wayne 94 has made a significant move, advancing to P2 after overtaking Dranone and 3 other cars in quick succession. Meanwhile, Planetrain Animifan is aggressively closing the gap on Okayoki 3, reducing it by 19.6 seconds as they race for position. The dynamics are shifting at the front of the pack. Planetrain Animifan is now just 19.1 seconds behind Okayoki 3, making significant progress as they race. Greeningjib is also closing the gap with Hugo 3 by 26.30 seconds, showing strong pace. Meanwhile, Rizaldi Adha from Team Quark Express has successfully overtaken Okayoki 3, moving up to 5 in the standings. The dynamics are shifting as positions are being contested. Roadhop 29,389 is showing impressive speed, reducing the gap to Kitsune Draco by 5.6 seconds. Meanwhile, Neotaxum is targeting ST4 and BZJ and Amy, significantly closing the distance by 48.1 seconds. Roadhop 29,389 continues to apply pressure on Kitsune Draco as the race progresses. Currently, Okayoki 3 is in 5 after successfully overtaking Rizaldi Adha, who has now dropped to 6. Rizaldi Adha managed to gain a position over Planetrain Animifan, who is now in 7. Meanwhile, Kazushok has advanced to 8 by overtaking Hargrid 3. The positions are shifting as the race progresses. As we continue, Planetrain Animifan has significantly reduced the gap to Rizaldi Adha by 2.3 seconds, making a strong push for position. Meanwhile, Kitsune Draco has successfully moved up to P9 after executing an overtake on Kazishu. The race is tightening up as the drivers jostle for positions. Planetrain Animifan has advanced to 6 after successfully overtaking Rizaldi Adha Tatui. Naiba is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Neosol by 2.4 seconds. Meanwhile, Kamikaze 38 has gained a position, now in P24 after overtaking Koki Beninity. Planetrain Animifan is now 2.8 seconds behind Rizaldi Adha, steadily closing the gap. El Pio SD from Team Starline Pixels has advanced to P30 after successfully overtaking Captain Potato. Rainwall TV has also made progress, moving up to P36 by overtaking Fumaca.ton. The gentleman has indeed narrowed the gap to Captain Potato, reducing it by 6 seconds. Currently, the gentleman is in second place, while Captain Potato maintains the lead. Meanwhile, third place Racer X is maintaining a steady distance and appears to be preparing for an attack. The car dynamics indicate that the gentleman is gaining speed, likely aided by optimal tire performance and a recent boost from a slipstream. Captain Potato will need to defend firmly against this charge as they approach the next tight corner, where overtaking could become critical. Linon has reduced the distance to Aetion 1792 by 2.2 seconds, showing impressive pace as they approach the back of that car. And 29 Pierre is also gaining on Todd Gardner, cutting the gap by 2 seconds. Meanwhile, the marker is closing in on Rainwall TV, decreasing the distance by 2.7 seconds. The race dynamics are shifting as these drivers intensify their pursuit. Wayne 94 maintains the lead, but Duff Dad from Team Live for Speed is reducing the gap, now just 2.7 seconds behind. Kamikaze 38 has successfully advanced to P23 after executing an overtake on Koki Baninity. In response, Koki Baninity has dropped to P24 but managed to reclaim a position from R40, moving up again. The battle for positions is heating up as cars jockey for better placements. Renon has reduced the gap to Aetion 1792 by 2.9 seconds, indicating a potential overtaking opportunity soon. Kitsune Draco is also gaining on Huggard 3, closing in by 2.6 seconds. Meanwhile, Greninjip is making significant progress against Kazushuk, cutting the distance by 4.7 seconds. Positions are tightening as the race continues. Bobardo from Team Blast is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Sirarimbot of Team Death Robots by 33.5 seconds. Roadhog 29. 389 has advanced to P9 after successfully overtaking Kazushuk. Meanwhile, Kazushuk has also moved up to Pen, passing Granny in the process. The positions are shifting as the race continues. Famaka is making significant progress, narrowing the gap to deplorably by 849.4 seconds. Meanwhile, El Payo SD has advanced to P27 after successfully overtaking Basu 3. 121. Captain Potato is also closing in on Basu 321, reducing the distance by 2.1 seconds as they approach. Okayoki 3 has successfully moved into PFAR, executing a clean overtake on Plane Train Animith Man. Following that maneuver, Planetran Anmifan has responded by overtaking Dranone, placing them in 5. Meanwhile, Kitsune Draco has advanced to Pate after overtaking Hugudfree. The race is becoming increasingly competitive as positions shift rapidly. Tiger 3 is now just 6.4 seconds behind Roadhog 29 389, making a strong push to close the gap. Catwalk. Meanwhile, Kitsune Draco is also gaining momentum, reducing the distance to Rizaldi Adha by 3.7 seconds. In the field, Greninja has advanced to P9 after successfully overtaking Road 29 389. All cars are maintaining pace as we progress through this segment of the race. Zydrek is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Kazushuk by 574.6 seconds. Kitsune Draco has successfully overtaken Rizaldi Adha, moving up to 6th. Meanwhile, Greninja is also closing in on Rizaldi Adha, cutting the gap down by 3.2 seconds. Duff Dad has successfully moved into P2 after overtaking Waintra 94. The Hennessy Venom A5 is showing impressive speed as he pulls ahead. Meanwhile, Waintra 94, in the Ferrari Four 5, is not giving up easily and is closely trailing Duff Dad, indicating a continued battle for that second position. In the background, Junon is gaining on Nira Sol, reducing the gap by 2.1 seconds. This could set up an interesting challenge for Nira Sol if Junon maintains this pace. The dynamics of the race are shifting as these competitors push their limits. Waintra 94 has successfully overtaken Duff Dad, now securing the second position in the race. Roadhop 29,389 has made a notable advancement to 8th place after passing Hugger 3. Meanwhile, Hugert 3 has retaliated by overtaking Luken Buchan to reclaim the 9th position. The dynamics are shifting as drivers jockey for better placements. One serious guy from Team No Name Racing has successfully moved up to P25 after executing a clean overtake on Neo Texan. The maneuver was precise, showcasing good timing and speed as they navigated the turn. The position change reflects a strong strategy from No Name Racing, aiming to climb further in the ranks. Gibson Integral has advanced to 6th after successfully overtaking Hugget 3. Hugget 3 has also made a move, climbing to 7 by overtaking Greeny Jeb. Meanwhile, Maya has gained position as well, moving up to P11 after overtaking Rizaldi Adha. The race is intensifying as the drivers jockey for better placements. Shinigami has successfully moved into P9 after overtaking Grainy Jeb. Katashuk has also gained a position, now in P11, after passing Roadhog 29,389. Meanwhile, Roadhog 29,389 has managed to move up to P12 by overtaking Maya.Tom. The race is tightening as positions shift in the midfield. Naiba is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Maya to 41.1 seconds. Panitrain Amafen has successfully moved into 5 after overtaking Kitsuni Drakul. Meanwhile, Rizaldi Adha is gaining on Huggard 3, cutting the distance down by 2.6 seconds. And we're off. It's Waintra 94 taking an early lead with a clean start. Ation 1792 is right on their tail, ready to capitalize on any mistakes. Duff Dad is holding strong in third, keeping the pressure on. Let's see if Wayne Train 94 can maintain that pace. Duffdad has successfully moved into P2, making an impressive overtake on Aetion 1792. This shift in positions indicates that Duffdad is capitalizing on the racing line effectively. Aetion 1792 is now in P3, trying to regain momentum and potentially set up for a counterattack. Meanwhile, the leader remains ahead, maintaining a steady gap. The dynamics are shifting as they approach the next turn. Oh no, not the dreaded spin. Base with Deers. For joy, keep your head in the game, Wayne Train 94. It's not over until that checkered flag waves. Duffdad from Team Life for Speed is now just 2.1 seconds behind Wayne Train 94, steadily closing the gap. Meanwhile, 13 Shinigami is also making progress, reducing the distance to Rizaldi Uta by 2.8 seconds. In a tight battle for 9th place, 13 Shinigami in the Ferrari File 5 is challenging Greninja, who is driving the Hennessy Venom F5. The competition is intensifying as these drivers push their limits. Renan is currently in 4th place and making significant progress, reducing the gap to Naib in 3rd by 2.7 seconds. Meanwhile, in the lead we have Car A maintaining a steady pace, followed closely by Car B, who is not letting off the throttle. The battle for 5th place is heating up, with 2 cars neck and neck going into the last corner, but no overtakes yet. The dynamics are shifting as we approach the halfway point of the race, with strategies becoming crucial. Duffdad is currently in 4th position, and reducing the gap to Wayne Train 94, who holds 3rd by 2 seconds. In 5th place, Greninja is also making progress, narrowing the distance to Rizaldi Ada in 4th by 3.1 seconds. Meanwhile, Maya in 6th is catching up to Cydric, decreasing the gap by 2.2 seconds as they both navigate through the track. Positions are tightening, and the competition is heating up. Renan has significantly decreased the gap to Naibe, now only trailing by 3 seconds. Meanwhile, Koki Beninity has made a move into P21, after successfully overtaking Isiona 2 of 1200. The race is heating up as strategies unfold. Greninja has advanced to 7, successfully overtaking Hilgodfrey. Meanwhile, Maya has climbed to P13 after passing Nukembokum. The positions are shifting as the race continues. Renan has made significant progress, reducing the gap to Naibe by 2.5 seconds. Meanwhile, car number 4 is defending its position against an incoming challenge from car number 3, who is attempting an overtake on the inside. The two cars are side by side as they approach the next turn. In the midfield, car number 7 is also gaining ground on car number 6, trying to leverage a slipstream effect. As they navigate through the tight corners, Renan continues to push hard, looking to further close in on Naibe. The dynamics are shifting as the race progresses, with multiple battles shaping up across the grid. Aetion 1792 has successfully overtaken Wayne Trinity 4 and has moved into P2. Meanwhile, Okayoka 3 is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Wayne Trinity 4 by 11.8 seconds as they continue to push forward. The dynamic in the top positions is shifting rapidly as the race progresses. Cedric is currently holding 14 after successfully overtaking Maya. The two drivers are engaged in a tight battle, with Cedric behind the wheel of a Chrysler Mi 412, while Maya is piloting a Radical RXC Turbo 600. This ongoing competition for position is heating up as they navigate the track. Currently, Greninja has significantly reduced the lead of Kitsune Draco, now trailing by just 18.6 seconds. The gap is closing as Greninja increases speed and maintains a consistent line through the corners. It will be interesting to see if this momentum continues, and if an overtake is imminent. Meanwhile, the rest of the field maintains their positions, with no major changes in the top 5 fly. Wayne Train 94 is currently in the lead, but Plane Train Anime Fan is making significant progress, reducing the gap to just 2.3 seconds. Meanwhile, Wunzirius Sky is also gaining ground on Neotexum, cutting the distance by 2.2 seconds. The race dynamics are tightening up as the drivers push their limits. Okayoki 3 has significantly reduced the gap to Agumon 1792, now just 2.6 seconds behind. In the meantime, Roadhop 29389 has made a solid move up to Pen after successfully overtaking Katsushuk. Katsushuk has responded by overtaking Shinigami, now sitting in P11. The mid-pack is heating up with these position changes. Maya has successfully advanced to position 14, after executing a clean overtake on Shinigami in 13th. Renan has also made significant progress, now sitting in 19th after passing both ST4 and BZH and Amy. Meanwhile, Era 40 has gained ground, and is now in 22nd, having overtaken Neotexum. The race continues to see dynamic changes in positions. Issy 1212 is making significant progress, reducing the gap to 13 Shinigami by 49.2 seconds. Meanwhile, Buster 321 is closing in on Kamikaze 38, cutting the distance by 33.7 seconds. In a recent shift in positions, Okayoki 3 has successfully overtaken 81 1792, moving up to P2 Tau. Captain Potato is now just 50.3 seconds behind Basu 321 as they continue to battle for position. Meanwhile, Planetran Animefan has reduced the gap to Wayne Tren 94 by 2.6 seconds. This could lead to an overtaking attempt soon. In the midfield, Neotexum has made progress, moving up to 23rd place after successfully overtaking Wazirius Sky. The race dynamics are shifting with these changes in position.